Hello, day 5. It's the end of our week, and lovely to see you all on. Mr. Camera Junkie, Diana, and who's this? TNT Fit Pro Coaching. Happy Friday from Bill in Toronto. Love it. Great to have you here. I hope you've been enjoying this week. I hope you've got a lot out of it. It's all still here and available on Ecamm's YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch it again if you want. I hope you've all downloaded all the little freebies that you've got, all the extras that we've given you, this profile and all the downloads through the week. Make the most of them and let me know how you get on with them. I want to say, as we're kind of on the last day here, big thank you to the Ecamm team. Paul has been an absolute star in the channel, in the comments here, doing moderating, answering all your questions. So big thank you to Paul. Katie has been here as well. And Owen, I think Caleb as well has been there. So, and even Rach is in here. So big thank you to, I'm the one who sits here and you're seeing me, but actually there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to make sure that this happens. And Caleb, again, sorting out all your emails and making sure you've got all those assets and things. So thank you, Team Ecamm. And we've got to say a big shout out as well to Ken and Glenn, the founders, the guys who put all this amazing tool together for us. Actually, I'm going to be doing an interview with Ken and Glenn next week. So next Friday, I'm going to be doing an interview with them. I've wanted to do this for some time, actually, to get, I'm like, I don't actually know where the Ecamm name came from and who decided on this app. They'd created several apps before. What were these guys like growing up? Two twin brothers. I reckon there's a lot of things we could be asking them. And I want to know what the first Ecamm looked like when they first released it and things like this. So that's going to be a very different little interview that I've been wanting to do. And they've agreed to it. So we're doing that next Friday. It'll be here on the Ecamm channel, so you'll get used to when you come to this. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you'll see all these upcoming lives and you can come and join us then. So we're going to be doing a Q&A session today. This is really wrapping everything up that we've been doing this week. I've been saying to you, and a lot of you have been posting onto this form, which is fantastic. I'll be bringing your questions up on there, and if we've got time, we'll still come and answer some questions over here as well. But before we get on to that, hopefully I've whetted your appetite with Ecamm here. And I know that even some of you that are more advanced with Ecamm or you've been on it for years have been telling me that you've had some real light bulb moments and things that you didn't realize. And we've seen some mind-blown emojis going on. So if we've hopefully got you a bit more excited about using Ecamm and really trying to stretch what you're doing with it, then I would love you to come and join us in our ELA Live that starts a week on Monday. Now, you did just have an email that was sent out to you about 20 minutes ago that has got a link in here as well. But what is ELA Live? Well, firstly, it's under the umbrella of Ecamm Live Academy. And tell me if you've been through, say yes if you've been through Ecamm Live Academy. I'm sure a lot of you in here have been. But Ecamm Live Academy is an online training course, and we really cover everything that you need to do with Ecamm. It's been a real challenge for me trying to cram as much as we can into these little 45-minute sessions. You'll see that we've got over 9 hours worth of content that is available to you to access, work through at any time as an online library. We update it, so whenever Ecamm add to Ecamm and improve the software, then we re-record videos and you get all that for free for life. So that's the online course side of it. You can access that anytime. What's exciting and what's coming up and starting a week on Monday is ELA Live. So we're using the training that is there, that's available in the online course, but then we actually spend 2 weeks together. I come on a live like this every day. We're looking very specifically, we're working through from unboxing it on day one and going through the foundational bits, and then we work our way through to some more advanced features through the week, and then through the second week as well. It's just a fantastic opportunity to work, to play together, to go live, to interview each other, let stuff go wrong in a nice little safe place. And there is something I just love these communities. It's absolutely amazing. And we've got so many people that actually come back through. In fact, pretty much half of the people that attend are repeat customers that just keep coming back through. Somebody said to me the other day, I'm actually coming back through again. This is my 10th time that I've been through it. Val has been to every one apart from one. So yeah, it's an amazing experience. And I'm actually going to be going live in 2 hours time. Again, here on the channel. So if you hang around here at the end, it should take you over to a wait page to hold for it. But I'm going to be coming back on here, really launching this and explaining what it is, going into more detail about why I think you should come. We're going to be doing a giveaway on that live in 2 hours time. There'll be a free ticket that we give away. We're going to be giving away a 3 years Ecamm Live Pro license to one of you. So some really good odds there of getting picked on that. So do come and join me. The link will be in the chat here, or you can, it should be up there anyway. You can, as I say, you're on the channel, you're in the right place. It'll appear over here. And as a thank you for you joining us, joining me live this week, I'm going to be offering you guys exclusively a 15% discount. Sorry, a 25% discount. Getting my numbers wrong. So if you want to come and sign up for Ecamm Live Academy, it's $199 for the training and for the online course for the experience in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to give you 25% off that. So you that are quick at your maths, that's $50 discount that you're getting. So head over to the sales page. And have I got it on here? Yes, I have. So this is our sales page. You can head over to here. Not now. I want you to stay with me now. You've got all the links for this in the emails and they're in the chat, but you're going to head over to the sales page. And when you come down, it explains everything that you've got in here, a whole load of extra stuff that we're giving you, including Descript Academy, 25% off a year's pro license. So that's worth $96. Everyone who comes through the actual ELA Live event will get a 25% discount off of a pro license, whether you've got one now or not. But it is only a one-time deal. So if you've alumni coming back through and you've already had this, then that won't be available. We do a discount off of our impact training as well. And just to prove that you get this discount code, if you work your way down here, it's a long page. When you click down here, this is where I'm saying, so you can add a coupon code here, and the coupon code is challenge25, apply, and look, it brings it down to $149. Okay, so that's exclusively for you. I'm not going to be talking about that on the live tonight because the live later will be open for everybody. And it's only you guys that are getting that discount, as I say, as a thank you for being here with me. So there you go. Hope that's useful and helpful for you. If got any questions, I'm sure the guys in the chat would be able to come back. And the link isn't working. Oh dear, what link is that? Isn't it? Are you able to pop in the R1? So Owen's just going to drop in. That should be working, and it should be. It diverts through to another. It's adriansalisbury.com. Well, Owen will pop it into the chat, but don't go running off there just yet because I want to keep you here with me while we work through some of these questions. There's some great questions. We're a bit all over the place. I've tried to group them as much as I can, but let's have a go at this. And as ever, if you've got questions, pop a Q and a colon into the chat here, and we will get to those questions afterwards as well. So, questions. Here we go. This is a bit of a quick fire round, really, and there are a few. I have to say, there are a few that I've kind of pushed off of this that weren't really. They're either they're not really within the context of what we're doing here, and I'll either reach out to you privately if you want to. But yeah, let's stick with these ones. So how do you bring in music? So the link is working. Good. Pleased to hear that. All right, that one's working. So how do you bring in music? Yeah, great question. So when we're bringing in, let me do my live demo mode over here. If I use my sound effects here, what I can do is literally just, if I've got a piece of music that I've found, some royalty-free music that I'm allowed to use or paid a license for, those of you that have downloaded the profile that I've got here, there are some instructions in there because there is a piece of music. It's the one that I used as the intro here. And while it's free to use, I just need you to go on, register, download it yourself. It's totally free, but you need to make sure that the license is linked to you rather than it being my license that's playing out on your channel. So you can sort that and you can go and get your music, and literally in the same way that we drag other files, you drop it up onto your Ecamm window, it'll come into this sound effects section, and in the same way that we've got these effects, this is my piece of music. Okay, and I can then attach that to a scene, and that's what I do on that intro one, so that it plays on there. I make sure that I'm muted, and yeah, does that answer that one? Hopefully, come back to me if there's more to it than that. So, how do we bring in another speaker while on Zoom? Again, I don't know if this was before we spoke about this yesterday, but so it is possible to bring a guest into Ecamm here, and they would sit alongside me on this window, and we can both then go over into Zoom. The challenge with that is that they then aren't going to see and hear what's going on over there in Zoom. This is about to change. As I said yesterday, a huge update to Ecamm. I don't know whether we're weeks or months away from this happening, but Ken and Glenn demonstrated it on their call a few weeks back, showing actually how there's an integration now where we can pull Zoom here into Ecamm. So you would be able to bring a guest up from Zoom and bring them into here. They can be branded. The chat is coming in from Zoom. It's going to be a genuine game changer. So a lot of these things, pause for now. What I would do if I'm bringing a speaker on, if I'm on Zoom but I'm coming in with this window, I would still only just spotlight them or spotlight them alongside me so that both of us are on screen on Zoom, and they're going to be outside of the branding of Ecamm, but it's just a simpler way to work. Certainly if you are new, you know, I said this yesterday, don't get tied up in trying to make this all flash that then you get on the live and you're all stressed out and things aren't working. You're better to strip it back, keep it simple, and just, you know, kind of grow as your skill levels get better. So how to connect a guest via Zoom or any other way, i.e. Facebook or Instagram Live too. So to bring a guest in, there is a guest feature here. So you can see it on the right side of my screen here. And if a guest came in with my link, they would appear in that window and I can bring them in to sit alongside me. In fact, let me show you. This is one of, we said about this profile, I haven't really explained more about what's in here that you're getting, but we've got a section over here. Let me just zoom in upon this corner. So this is the profile that you can download. And what I've built into this are some scenes that are in a folder called guest. And you'll see that this one here is me plus guest. And I've deliberately put the guest on that side so that I can keep the branding here. So if I brought a guest in, then when I'm over in the window over here and they appear, I get an option to say allocate to, and so I can allocate them to the guest one placeholder, and that means that they're going to appear alongside me here or anywhere else that I've got guest one as a placeholder. Then I've got it done like this. So if you wanted to have some space at the bottom to be able to bring comments and things in, if you like the idea of having space at the top to bring comments in, or maybe you want to put some branding up there, then what I've put here, so hopefully the descriptions make sense. This is a screen share plus a guest in a frame. So this will be you sharing your screen. So you could just select and choose on here, and you can go off and, as we're doing here, we could bring in a form like this. Okay, so that's you sharing the screen. Somebody asked, and I think it's one of the questions here actually, is about a guest actually bringing in their screen to be able to demonstrate. So if I'm bringing an expert on, they're planning on walking through a bit of software, then they will appear as it's still in that interview window over there. They come in and I can allocate them to guest one. They have an option on their end to say, click here to share your screen. That will appear as another input over on that interview tab. And I can say, allocate to guest two. And that means that their screen will appear over there and they and I will be sitting at the side. So I've made all this for you, and the same with comments, that this will bring in the comments chat and you and your guest can sit around it like this. And then if you've got two guests, the same thing happens, but you can bring them up like that. And we've done the same thing with the spacing above and below. And even I've put the comments on there that you and your guests can be working through this together. It's kind of thing like when I've brought Paul and Val on, for instance, to demonstrate, and we want to work through the chat, but both of us or all three of us want to sit there watching, we can do that. All right, so we've answered that question, but that's also allowing me to just show you something of what you've got. And there is I did say we'd have a look at it today. If we've got time, we will. But you do have, you should have, when you download the profile, you should have a packet, you need to click it to unzip it. You'll have a folder. There'll be that little document inside it that says about how you need to register for that piece of music, and also for the font if you want to download the free font that we use. And then there is an instruction video in there that shows you how we've created this profile and really explains how you can change the branding, how you can change that background image, pull and shape the sizes. And the great thing with these profiles is you can drop that onto Ecamm, start with what I've given you, completely change it around and do whatever you want to it. And if you kind of think, oh no, I've messed it all up, you can just bring it in again. So I hope you're going to love all that over there. Right, let's come back to this then. So we've covered kind of bringing speakers in. So you can bring those guests in, and that will go out to Facebook or Instagram and other places. Okay. What is the best way to interview someone while also allowing them to screen share a demo software? So I want both of our faces plus their shared screen. So that was the one. I knew there was a question in here. So that's what I've just answered, which is great. What happens when someone else wants to share your Zoom screen? I'm not quite getting this one. When somebody else wants to share your Zoom screen, been taking our organization's PowerPoints, turning them into PDFs and JPEGs. I then take the JPEGs and use them as overlays on a scene. Yeah, I'm not quite getting that one. If you're taking the PowerPoint and bringing them in as scenes, that's fantastic. And that will just come into Zoom. I'm not quite getting the bit where you're saying about someone else wants to share your Zoom screen. I would think if you're meaning about their presentation and things, you can let them do a demonstration, or if you can ask them to send it to you in advance, then you can bring it and put it up on here, if that's what you're meaning. How can I host a live stream remotely for one or more people? If there are two people in different locations, how can I bring them into a meeting and share a keynote presentation? Yep, so we're still using that guest feature. So you said about two guests. Well, actually, I haven't got a scene set up here for two guests and a screen share. But if we'd got it, you know, we can absolutely just drag guest one down, get rid of the logo, and you could have you with two guests. And so it would be this one where they are sharing their screen. And now, in terms of doing it remotely, so are you suggesting here, let me just come back to the question. So you want to do it remotely for different people. So you're not actually part of it. That's totally fine. You're just, and I know we had a lot of churches that were doing this at the start of, or during COVID, that there was someone in the church got given the job of sorting out the tech and doing the online church, and a pastor came in, had the presentation. So yeah, in the same way that, where are we? Me and guest, or this one here. So all I would do is replace this top one here, that's me, with guest two. So I could have multiple people coming in. I don't need to be on screen at all. And Just be careful, because I had a customer who did this, and let me come back to your question soon. They were just in the background running the presentation, and they'd got their pastor up on screen, and stuff was going wrong, and they were swearing in the background at all this stuff going wrong, didn't realize they were unmuted, and yeah, kind of messed up the stream. So just make sure if you're in the background and you're not meant to be part of this, that you're muted. It's easy enough to do, and it's all about practice. So you just mute your microphone in that sound levels and make sure that your interview guest is unmuted. Practice it, run it through, and yeah, you will like that. Okay, so how are we doing? I think hopefully we're answering these. And it's a great way to work actually doing a remote presentation like this. You know, there are companies that do this, that will actually go into companies and say, right, we will run a presentation for you. It's not us. We've done it ourselves actually in person when we've been there, and we haven't been on camera at all. We've just been the ones that are working the tech behind the scenes. It's not a service that we offer typically. We just pick a few off now and again if it seems like fun. But yeah, you can absolutely offer this, or you can run it, and you don't need to be showing up at all. You're just working behind the scenes. Where do I go to update Ecamm? So yeah, so updates are automatic, or you should get a message when you open it saying that there's an update. If you want to just update it, you can click on Ecamm Live, and at the top left here it says check for updates. So click on that, it'll tell you if you're not on the latest version, and you can pick them up that way. How do you keep your cam link from overheating, and how can I set up 3-camera podcast setup using Ecamm and be able to switch cameras while conducting an interview, the interview myself? Yep, so we're working in scenes here, and depending on how you want to work this, so I've got, in fact, I haven't got it set under my Stream Deck at the minute, but I should have. Where am I? Oh. Is it under Rachel's laptop? Yes. All right. So, yeah, there's me on screen here, and imagine that I'm guest one. And then all I do is I duplicate this scene. And instead of this being, when I come up to here to camera A, I will bring guest one in on the other scene. So I duplicate it, and I change the input from me to being my guest, and I could then have a button. So I have got it here actually, so it's on this one, and I could then just cut between me and then my guest starts talking, and I cut across to their camera here and then back to them. So you can create scenes like that, or in the same way that we've got the me and guest scene. So, you know, we could have it like this. So actually I've got guest one in here. If I change this over to be my camera B, then you'll see that we can bring, so we can have a combination here of me talking on my own, or it's me and the guest, or we come along to just the guest. All right. And in terms of them overheating, they do get hot, but it's not a problem. They're not going to get damaged by getting hot. They're designed to do that. So yeah, plugging in. Yeah, so this is working multiple cameras. I've got 3 cam links plugged in here at the minute. One was feeding Rachel's laptop in because that was coming in as a cam link as an external camera. So I've been working 3 cameras. You can have 3 cam links plugged in. Just you might need to vary where you plug them in. All right. Are there any questions you're spotting, Owen, that I should have, that I'm kind of, that are relevant to what we're doing? Shout if there are. How do I increase the size? How does Adrian increase the size of his mouse pointer to change its color? That's a good question. Right. Let me come into live demo mode. So it's not an Ecamm feature, or it's a bit of a combination actually, but if I come up here into my system settings, And where am I? Accessibility. Right, you're going to have to bear with me. I've got to try and find where it is. Pointer control. I should have been ready for you, shouldn't I? You can't think where it is, Owen, can you? Pointer. Right, it is. So we're in accessibility and we're under. So I come into accessibility. I click on display. Let me come a bit closer up here so you can see this one. And then scroll down past the text to pointer. And there it lets me adjust the size of my pointer. So it isn't just in Ecamm. It's, Owen kind of laughs that I've got this red pointer that's on everything. And then look, you can just change the color of the outline and you can change the color of the fill. So that's happening there inside of my preferences. And it just means that all the time I've got this big red pointer on. And then you can actually, in your preferences in Ecamm and screen share, you can include the mouse cursor. So you need to make sure that's on, else it won't even show it. And you can click here. So mouse cursor size, so I can increase it there as well. So there's two places you can increase the size of it, but you can't change the color in here. And show mouse click. So you'll see that as I'm clicking on anything, it'll do a nice kind of click effect on there. All right. Good question. Where are we? How do you connect to Rumble accounts? Connecting it, I'm not sure. Then I imagine there's a way. You'd need to have a look whether you can do an RTMP link, and I think I would do a Google search unless Paul or anybody knows that one. But Rumble, I don't know that you need to connect it that way around. You could. So Rumble is like YouTube, from what I know, and when you go to it, if you wanted to go live onto Rumble, it's going to ask you for your camera and your virtual and your microphone. So all you do there is the same as if you were going out to Zoom. You could just select Ecamm virtual camera, Ecamm virtual mic, and treat it as if you were going out like you would to somewhere like Zoom. I think that's the right way to do that. I have what seems to be a slight delay between 4K video and your voice on recordings. You heard that there's a way to fix it. Yep, absolutely, there is a way to fix that. So let me come back here to live demo mode, and we'll pull us up to this top corner a bit. So when I come under here, and you might have noticed that I've actually got a mic delay on here. And you're right that if your camera is coming in as 4K, then it's going to cause a delay between your microphone and your camera. I don't know if that's always, but it's certainly what happens for me. So click under audio, and you'll see that there's a mic delay feature here. The way I do this is there is an app that you can do that will test it and tell you what the frame rate is. What I do is to just hit record, and I set this thing back to 0, and I say, this is me talking with mic delay 0. This is me talking with mic delay 1, mic delay 2, and so on. And keep doing it. Every time that you move that mic delay up, stop it, play it back, and when you watch it through, you will see, you're already seeing that there's a delay. So when it seems that you're in sync again, that's your mic delay that you set. And you can see that I've got that permanently set up here when I've selected 4K in my camera. All right. I'm looking to learn how to do dual camera screening settings through Ecamm. Plan to do some cooking demos. Would like to use my front-facing camera and my iPhone is overhead. Is that possible? Is it possible to do this through Ecamm and Zoom, as I do intend the class to be? Yeah. So I think we've already answered this one with multiple cameras. So yes, you can have different cameras connected in here. With your phone, actually, you can do it with the continuity camera. And I'm going to be demonstrating this on the live afterwards when we're talking about Ecamm Live Academy. So if you're able to come there, I haven't got it set up right now. My phone's not even here. But with continuity camera in your iPhone, you can open up a scene. Your camera will just spring into life without any cables, And yes, you could have it overhead at the side of you or anything else. Yep. Zoom webinar earlier this week. I set up the scenes in Ecamm, created a countdown timer and added music. However, the music that our attendees heard on Zoom was terrible. How do you fix the sound of the music so that the quality that our audience hears is the same? So I'm assuming you hadn't got the virtual mic set up, because chances are they were listening through your mic, hearing it through your speakers. Oh, yes. Good shout, Owen. There is a feature as well in Zoom for Zoom audio for musicians, I think it says. Zoom is trying to do this echo cancellation thing, and it's trying to cut out anything apart from your voice. So when it hears music playing, it doesn't get it. So you can, I don't want to have to open Zoom up and show you it over there. I'm trying to think if we've covered this somewhere. If you open up Zoom and just look in those audio settings and choose the musician one, but what you'll find is that every time you open up a Zoom meeting, it will default back, and you'll, at the top left of the screen, you're going to have to tick for musicians so that it will play it through. Have a go at that. Come back to me, please, if you're struggling, and I'll make a quick little video and put it up onto YouTube to answer it. So it could be either of those. Thank you, Owen. Yeah, good shout. Again, should be a thing of the past soon when we get this integration. How to broadcast on Zoom meetings as well as LinkedIn Live from Ecamm Live. Two ways to do this. So you could either, so we're going live now out to YouTube. It could be going to LinkedIn Live as well. And I could just open up Zoom and put my virtual camera on. And so the feed will be going out to two places. If you want the people on LinkedIn Live to see what's going on in Zoom, then you can actually go, does it let you go to LinkedIn? There is an option inside of Zoom to share a feed out to Facebook and YouTube. I'm not 100% sure whether it will go out to LinkedIn, if I'm honest. So that is a feature of going from Ecamm into Zoom and out to Facebook. But I'm afraid I don't know whether that goes out to LinkedIn Live. If anybody else knows that. Personally, if you can, I would go straight from Ecamm out to there. It just means that they're not going to see anything going on the Zoom call, and sometimes people want to see that. When you enter the virtual mic, is it still using your podcast mic? Similarly, if I'm using Ecamm Live virtual camera, is it using my cam link? So yeah, what is happening is everything that is working on here on Ecamm is going to go straight out there. So when you select Ecamm Live, if you've got the camera and the mic selected over here in Ecamm, then that is what will go out over to Zoom. Can I run Ecamm on Windows PC? No, I'm afraid it is only an Apple tool. How do you make sure that audio from a widget comes through on a recorded video or stream? Having problems with getting consistent results. Recorded a whole video, realized none of the audio. Pass. I haven't experienced that before. I don't know, and it shouldn't be anything to do with echo cancellation. What I would do is when I'm bringing a widget on, if you've got something there as a video, load it up first. You do have an option with the widget of keeping it running. So when the scene closes and opens again, it can keep running. It's kind of staying there. So certainly if you're on YouTube and you don't want it to reset and have to watch the advert again. So it might be worth queuing up that video before the live, knowing that it's there and it's pulled it in. It might be to do with the bandwidth. Yeah, but I haven't experienced a reason why that audio is coming through bad from a widget if you're hearing it here. The difference between preview mode, publish, okay. It's not quite, well, nothing on here today has been beginner features. Kind of feel like the rules are down. So preview mode over here. When I click on preview mode, I now get this preview window. And what it's telling me is this is the live feed. and this is my preview mode window. So the idea is that if I wanted to add a box over here, or I don't know, maybe I wanted to blank something out that I didn't want people to see. So what might I do? Change that color to be white, and it's just kind of done an effect of that. So I can see it in preview, but it hasn't been published into the main live yet. And then what happens is I can click publish, and it's now put it there into the published one that's going out. If I want to come back to live, so the reason I kind of say this is, this is quite a pro feature on here is if I change around my scene and I move up to this one, notice that I'm seeing it in preview mode, but it isn't happening down there in the actual live feed. So whenever I'm making changes up here and I'm going, oh, why is nobody seeing these changes? It's because you're stuck in preview mode. So then if you want to come out of this, you just click back to live mode. Do you want to publish it? No, I'm going to click revert changes. So really handle this one with care. I don't use it a lot. We've only ever really used it when potentially there's an intro going and I think, oh no, I haven't got that scene ready. Or if Owen's been on a live with me and it's allowing him to just take that while I'm chatting to you, Owen could quickly be working something out and publish it up. But I rarely use it. So, I mean, it is fine now in that I can just jump around and it's given me a second monitor. That can be quite nice. And I could push that onto another screen. I could have it appear on my teleprompter or somewhere. But yeah, that's your kind of publishing and preview mode. Handle with care. Certainly practice it before you. Don't do this in the middle of a live if you're not familiar with it. I use Ecamm. Oh, we're doing all right, actually. And we'll come to your questions. So please fire away in here as well with questions for me. I use Ecamm, Canva, and a Stream Deck. I created all my, I'm assuming this is like PowerPoints with Canva for ease of visuals. When I downloaded my PowerPoints, there's a distortion of the fonts and formatting. So you can definitely feed straight in the same way that, like now, I'm doing a screen share showing my Chrome window. Well, if I'd got Canva open on that, then I could be cropping in and I could be showing that presentation on Canva. I don't know why it's coming down distorted when you're exporting it. I don't know what resolution or size you've got there, but yeah, I haven't had an issue with that. If I download it from Canva as 1920 by 1080, it should just come straight into here, no problems at all. For the first time ever, had an issue with camera lag in the live stream last week. The camera and guest in interview mode on an M1. No, I don't know of issues. I would always, and you'll see, I showed this to you yesterday when I shared my screen. I shut everything down. My emails, my chat, anything that doesn't need to be open is closed. I close off my tabs that I don't need, and really trying to give the processor a chance to work at this. But I don't know past that, really. It might be a case of a little reboot or something. But no, the M1, we worked the M1 for fine for ages as a Mac Mini. Should be fine. So I'm afraid I don't know an answer. If you feel you've got, and actually this raises a good point, support tickets. If you find that you're struggling or you've got issues and you need some help, you can contact Ecamm Live. You can either do it up here under the help, and there's an Ecamm Live online support, or if on their website, if on their website, you can go to any page on the website and there's a little orange box in the corner that is a chat. If you want to put a ticket into there and say to them, I'm having problems with lag, then one of the support team will be able to handle that for you. They'll probably ask to get a log of your computer. They'll be able to look into it, see why things might be going wrong. And yeah, you'll be in good hands. It's bugging me because I've knocked that now. Look. Someone's got a lengthy 2-part question. Is there a way to duplicate the Ecamm desktop interface or to let someone remotely change scenes so that 2 people can control the broadcast? Similarly, is it possible to let someone else handle the comments so that comments can be screened and only relevant questions can be put on screen? Okay, so there's not a way for, say, Paul, for instance, to be able to handle the chat and star things and make it available to me. So duplicating the desktop. So, all right, here's a scenario. Maybe if that were what I wanted. So Paul's in San Francisco and I'm here in the UK. I could get this profile ready and I could send it to Paul and say, there you go, there's my profile. And Paul could actually host the live. So he's managing it. He's controlling the scenes and changing things over. He's handling the chat. And a bit like what I was saying earlier, I'm coming in as the guest. So Paul isn't being seen. He's in the background, but I'm showing up on camera here. You wouldn't know any different to this, but it would be Paul who was changing the scenes around and able to kind of favorite some of these comments and put them up here. So it's doable that way around. And actually, we potentially will be doing this later in the year. So we're going to be spending more time in Cyprus. Rachel and I are looking forward to spending time. We've got a little place out there. And I'm actually expecting to be able to dial in from there and have Owen here in the UK running the thing. But it's going to look like it's me. But Owen will be doing the production side of it and keeping it running. So it is absolutely doable. You just need to have a good system and be able to communicate with the other person or trust them, or they're looking at your script. I mean, like I've got a Google document in front of me now as a script. That could be being shared by 2 people at the same time. In fact, we've done it in the past and it meant that Owen's able to type something there in bold letters that as I scroll down to it, you know, you might say you missed a question or something like that. So there are ways that you can play with this and experiment. Right. Okay. So that's other ones there were about. Someone was asking about what other training we do and do we do one-to-one sessions and things like that. Someone's asking about licenses. I'm going to have to, if you're asking anything about the licenses and pricing with Ecamm, then please can I point you to Ecamm. If you want to reply to the emails that Ecamm have been sending you, reply to them. I'm nothing to do with the pricing and the accounts. In terms of other training, you'll hear later about Ecamm Live Academy. We also have a YouTube Academy, and Impact is where we help people stand out and look professional on camera. We also do a Kajabi Academy as well. So all of that is available at adriansalisbury.com, and you can see the other things that we do. But I kind of kept it out of this because I thought it's not really part of what we're covering today. So there we go. We got through the questions. We've got 15 minutes left. So I'm going to do this feature over here where I can search for the Q colons and hopefully I can see questions that are coming through. If Owen, I don't know whether you'll notice whether Paul's already answered these and you can shout out, but I'm guessing there'll be some that Paul's already answered or the rest of you have. But yeah, Rich, if you're talking to a guest, was it make it look like you're talking to them? I don't know that. I guess you can do if you wanted to. If you got, if you know that they're sitting on, you need to get the right way round. Probably if you, well, do you want it? You could mirror the screen here so that you were looking the way that it is, or you could just get used to the fact that you're looking that way and nodding. But I don't know. Does that feel a bit fake? I would say just looking straight forward like this and be, nodding along as they're talking is the best thing that you could do. Yeah. How can we set up like an evening news broadcaster? PowerPoint slides next to our faces. Move through the slides. Come and join me on the call later. I can't jump between profiles now, but I've set it up so that I've got some slides that are going to come in, or some bullet points inside of Ecamm that will come in at the side of me. If you remember, I did this one here earlier, and we had, well, it's the same as this, to be honest. We did bullet points that came in at the side, and I can edit those and change them around inside of Ecamm. PowerPoint-wise, different ways that you could do it. You could bring in a green screen PowerPoint and just have the text, and then, yeah. I would go with this, I think, and I would try and just use Ecamm and run it in this way, or yeah, let's stick with that. He might offer an extensive training series for using Ecamm Live. Yeah, that's our academy, Mitch. How to set up private YouTube channel to practice. You don't need to set up a private channel. All you need to do is go unlisted. So when you select YouTube to go live, you'll have an option of public or enlisted or private. So if you choose unlisted, then no one else will see it. Just know that when you go to your channel, you won't see it either. You'll need to go into YouTube Studio and find it that way. Difference between Impact and ELA. So Impact is teaching you how to present on camera. It's all about the equipment and setting up the space in the background and things. Ecamm Live Academy is all about Ecamm. So we're purely focusing on Ecamm and looking at all the features and how to set this up and do slick presentations. But you can go through Ecamm Academy using your webcam. We don't cover that. We do talk about it midway through, but yeah, does that make sense? Two hosts who both screen share, each do a portion of the demo. Anyone need to be the host and the other a guest. So you bring them both in. So you're just selecting. So guest one can be on camera instead of you. Then they bring their screen in. So you will have, in that scenario, you've got two guests, two screen shares. And so guest one would be sitting here, and then their screen share would be allocated to guest two or somewhere else. So that one that I showed you, where was it? So that one so you'd just not be here. This would be your guest, and that would be their screen. You could clone this, duplicate this scene. So instead of it saying guest one and guest two, then in the cloned one, it says this is guest three and that is guest four. And all you're doing as they come into your interview window over here, you get to select and say allocate to guest one, share their screen, allocate to guest two, and so on. Okay. Just make sure when you're doing that you mute yourself in the sound levels. NDI, I'm not a fan of NDI. I know plenty of people use it. To me, there's chances of stuff going wrong, of it sticking. I would much rather have a cable plugged in and working, doing it that way. Comment scene. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you, Owen. So, yeah, Ramona, that's... yeah, I would. There's no reason why the cam link shouldn't be working. Keep trying that. Try plugging it into different USB ports. Is the light coming on the cam link? Maybe even the USB cable. Occasionally, I've known the cam link to be faulty, but I would keep persevering and asking away with that one, Ramona, if possible. Drag and drops any of the gifted profile scenes into another profile. Yeah. So what you can do is any of these scenes you can grab and bring them onto your desktop, change the profile and drag it from your desktop back into the new profile. Or I think actually you can just copy and paste it. Copy it, change profile, paste it. But if you want to pull multiple of the scenes that we've got, just temporarily pull them onto your desktop, and then when you change the profile, just drag them back in. what's he saying? When will Ecamm fix the on-screen live chat overlay that shows when we send to broadcast? Send to broadcast. I don't know what you're meaning as to why that's not. I mean, that's absolutely working. So if I clicked on yours here, that's bring it in. If that's what you're meaning, so that's not a bug unless I'm reading that wrong. How can I share your iPad screen? So if you connect your iPad over USB, it should just be seen your. Will it bring it in? Mine's not picking up at the minute. But yeah, you just plug it in over there and it should then come in. You'll if it's the first time you've done it on your iPad, it will pop up saying, do you trust this computer? Click yes, and then under your cameras at the top, you should see it there. So if I come up to here, under cameras, you should see an option there. So I do have my other iPad attached, which is what I'm using as my teleprompter, but for some reason, this one isn't showing up right now. I need to plug it into a different port, I think. Can I see my audience and the chat as well while on Zoom using Ecamm? Not very easily. Yeah, we're getting a bit. If in Zoom you've got two monitors, there is an option in your general settings and preferences of Zoom to be able to click dual monitor, and it will then split and give you two screens. One of them can be the gallery view, and then yes, in the same way that I'm pulling in the chat here, you could be selecting that Zoom gallery window and pull it onto the screen here. Yeah. Can you please discuss preview mode? I think we've done that one. Hopefully this came in before then. But yeah, we've sorted that one. 2 or 3 most important pieces of gear to use to allow you to focus on your on-camera presence, not the button pushing. Yeah, so a Stream Deck, definitely, Tim, to have one set up so that you've allocated the buttons over here. That does everything. There's nothing else that you need if you've got that Stream Deck set up. So what device do you use to plug 3 cameras? They're all coming in over a cam link. If you go through something like a switcher, like an Ecamm Mini, then Ecamm will only see the Ecamm Mini, and it means that you've then got to switch separately. You can't have more than one camera to come in and play around with. So yeah, I would bring them all in with cam links. Yeah. Specialized screen capture program like Camtasia with Ecamm somehow. Not quite sure what and why you would want to do that, Rich. I'm not getting that one, I'm afraid. Why you would use a screen capture. Sorry. You shouldn't need. I'm sure Paul's answered that. You shouldn't need to sign up for Box unless that's been set up wrong. But I'm pretty sure whenever I've been sent anything from Caleb, I just click the link and I can click to download it. So hopefully Paul or someone else can just come back to you on that one. So no, they're all on their own cam link. What's the name of the mic delay app that Adrian mentioned? Somebody answered you on that. That's what's his name's? Huh? You know, I mean, it's the Shoot app guy. So yeah, I don't know if somebody else has answered that, but it's the guy who does the Shoot app. He's created a app. I think we did a video on it. I just can't remember what it's called. If you have a look on my YouTube channel, if you can't find it anywhere else, and look for mic delay or syncing audio or something. I don't know if Rowan, you could quickly try and find it, but we've got a video demoing it. Continuity camera allow 4K. Oh, I would think 1080 probably is the max for it, Steve, I'm afraid. And because it's wireless like that, I think that would be hard to send a 4K video across. Moderator question, I'm skipping that one. How to bring in the comments only in a window? What, like this? If that's what you're meaning, all I'm doing over here is this is a screen share, but I can select what I want to show. And instead of showing my Chrome window or anything like that, I'm choosing Ecamm Live and the comments, and then I can bring it in like this. A teleprompter on camera, maybe pick up Rachel's laptop and show us what. I haven't got that attached, I'm afraid, but I did show it briefly on the call yesterday. Teleprompter's here. I'm using an iPad on my teleprompter at the minute, and I can just kind of push this. It extends the screen. And again, we've got a YouTube video talking about how to maintain eye contact, I think it says. If you have a look on my YouTube channel and put something about how to maintain eye contact, and you'll see that there's a video there that shows you how to set up this teleprompter to use it like this. So for the ELA session, do we have to log into a different session by clicking on the button in the email sent out earlier today? So for joining me in an hour's time, you could either just stay where you are, and I think you'll find that at the end of this live, when it all closes down, it should link straight to the live that's coming up with me afterwards. Or just click on the Ecamm there. Home screen there on YouTube, and you'll see that it should be showing you as the next upcoming live, or it's in the email if you get lost. About the setup, MacBook Pro, camera, mic, not right now, I'm afraid. Again, that is something that we can and will look at inside of Ecamm Live Academy. On the Saturday in the middle, I put a camera to the side of me. I show you exactly the setup we've got here, and we talk through and explain all about that, because that really then is introducing in our impact training where we help you set everything up here. So this morning, your green screen downloads, how do we use that? Yeah, that was the green screen downloads that you've got. That's so that you can put that. Yeah, it got brought in from last year when we did the challenge, to be honest, and we haven't really looked at it this time around because I felt it wasn't really a beginner level training. But the idea for that is if you were going to do the writing on screen and you want to be able to put on your iPad, so I can have a green screen on there, but then I write over the top of it. And then when I bring that camera into Ecamm, I tell it to do green screen, takes out the green, and all you can see is the text. So it allows me to write on screen. So it was added in there. Probably we should have pulled that one out, I'm afraid. But again, I do have a video saying about how to write on screen, and the tutorial is kind of built into that one. Sorry, I'm sending you away to videos on my channel, but if you have a look over there for all of these titles, they should be easy enough to search. Writing on screen, and then you'll see that the downloads there as well. What devices do they plug into? So I've got a CalDigit T3i Plus, not the T4, because I found that didn't like the cam links. So I've got in my setup here, I've got a MacBook Pro, I've got that CalDigit, and I've got a monitor that has USBs plugged in, and I've got my cam links plugged into different places. Two that are in at the minute are plugging straight into the back of the CalDigit. Just try different places to plug it in. You might find it just some will work and some won't. If it isn't, then try changing out the cables. So what time zone is it? And will the lives be recording over the 2 weeks? So Dennis, you're talking about the Ecamm Live Academy. The lives each day will be at 5 p.m. here, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And so it's all within a Facebook group. So every day, as soon as that live is finished, the replay is available. And the training is all online anyway. So it's there. Once you sign up and you purchase it, you can access the online training straight away. It's divided out into 5 levels that we'll go through over the 5 days. Yeah. So the training you can do whenever you want. The lives, yes, will be available as replays after each day. It really just gives me a chance we talk about the day that's coming up, and then we do a review on it. I answer questions, and like today, a bit more practical because it's everything's very much on point to that day. Whereas as you've seen here, questions are all over the place about all kinds of different things, and it's a little bit hard to follow. So I hope we haven't confused and thrown too much of a spanner in the works with all what's just been going on today. Yeah, it's a fantastic app, and lots of different uses for it, lots of skill levels. But yeah, I really do recommend, please come and join me in an hour's time. Right here, we'll be talking about what is the Ecamm Live Academy. I'll be demonstrating and playing with different things. You'll see a different profile to what I'm using here. As I say, you guys have got a link. So if you put in challenge 25, that'll give you a 25% discount over on our Ecamm Live Academy website. And like I say, you will also get a 25% discount off of a year's pro license of Ecamm that's given to everybody who attends ELA Live as a one-time thing. If you're coming back as an alumni, you've been through our academy before, it won't be available to you. But if you're new to us, you'll get that as well. So that's kind of half the price of, you're already getting $50 off. You're getting the equivalent of another $96 off. So it's going to cost you like $50 to come through our academy, get all this training for life, and come and join us for 2 weeks in this live bootcamp event, which I promise will be the best training experience you've ever been through. We get nothing but great praise about it. I'm very proud of it, and come and hear a little bit more about it on the live in an hour's time. So thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this. You've been a great audience, and thank you for still showing up. We've had good numbers all the way through. I know a lot of you have been on all the way. So yeah, thank you. And don't be a stranger. Stick around, and we have plenty of training for you here and over on my channel as well. And I hope to see you again soon. Okay, so I've just realized my end screen says see you tomorrow. Actually, 2 minutes. I'm going to demonstrate to you where preview mode would be good. So if I were able to multitask better, I could actually come to this end scene, my outro, and I could change this text over here to say, see you in an hour. So it hasn't come into the main feed, but now when I say publish, or I could even just say back to live mode, and I've edited that now, but you'll see here that when I now come to my outro, I've been able to edit it in advance, and it should be that one that says see you in an hour. All right, hopefully I will. All the best. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.